Hello and welcome to UC Today. My name is David Dungay. Today I'm joined by Andrea Smith, Executive Director of Software Solutions at New Era. Welcome to the show, Andrea. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good morning.
Fantastic. So today we've got another AI conversation for you, but this time we're going to be talking about it specifically as how it relates to virtual agents and how New Era are really supercharging those virtual agents out there in the industry. But Andrea, before we get into that conversation, do you want to give us a bit of an introduction to yourself and the business?
Absolutely, thank you. With 15 years experience as contact center solution experts, helping our customers with their customer journey transformation. This is a process of managing the constant evolution within the customer service industry through software solution implementations and innovation.
Great. So let's do a few scene setting type questions, shall we? You can't go anywhere in our industry right now without hearing the words AI and how they're being used in a contact center. But what do you see as the key developments for the use cases of AI in the contact center, especially after over the last sort of 12 months or so?
We are seeing a lot of improvements and advancements with fraud prevention and data security, especially in the banking and financial service industries. This is facilitated through the use of voice biometrics. And this information is empowering agents with information about the customer. We're also seeing the improvement of tools that help companies deploy artificial intelligence solutions. They speed up the process and they take the pain of the data analytics and knowledge-based development outside the hands of the customer and into the data collection capabilities of the tools. We're also seeing the ability to self-service, to test bots, voice and chat bots in real time, and improve the process of rolling out additional features and functionality quickly.
Great, and of course, machine learning is one of the other big technologies, kind of impacting those virtual agents as well. How are you sort of viewing that machine learning and how that's impacting virtual agents at the moment, and how that's advancing the virtual agent space?
It's really accelerated the deployment time for virtual agents, or as others refer to it as digital chat or voice bots. We have customers who've been using these tools for a very long time, but now smaller and newer players are able to get into the game, even if they don't have a defined, as an example, knowledge base of predefined questions or issues that their customers are looking for help with. They can use the tools to gather information through customer conversations to develop those tools in an automated, efficient, and effective way.
Yeah, there's of course lots of key benefits there. But let's talk about those key benefits as they relate to the contact center. What do you see as those the key benefits for customers using AI in their contact centers today?
One of my favorite use cases from our customer environment is a telecom company that supports over 96 communities in northern North America and northern Canada. And they have a customer base of over 100,000 customers. They've been implementing chat to automate self-service functions for their customers. And what we've seen from initial implementation is they have converted up to 5% of the interactions from interactions with agents to self-service capabilities. Of the chat interactions that they've implemented, 3% of those are at this time through initial implementation over the last few months completely automated with artificial intelligence and self-service capabilities. The company is now using this technology to further analyze what customers are asking and how they need help, to expand upon this tool to constantly improve and add capabilities and knowledge. This knowledge is also available to their agents if customers need further assistance beyond self-service capabilities in terms of things like the ability to pay for bills online or basic questions about the service that they receive.
So lots of key benefits there, which is great. I mean, we hear about lots of these benefits all the time, but one of the things we don't talk about are perhaps the drawbacks of using AI in the contact center. I mean, do you see there? Are you coming across any drawbacks for using this tech?
There are drawbacks to all technologies, and a lot of the drawbacks stem from the way they are implemented. So, just going back to the benefits for a moment, the benefits of AI tools are virtual assistants work 24/7. They don't require training. There is no attrition. And the cost from a number of studies is that they are on average less than 20% of an agent in terms of expenses to deploy. However, the drawbacks really are around the deployment, as I mentioned. So if a virtual voice or chat bot is deployed poorly, it can sound unnatural, be unhelpful, and cause a lot of customer frustration. It's also important to distinguish between the types of customer service offerings that are best suited to a virtual assistant versus those that are not, and to have a clear, focused strategy. Our recommendation is to migrate transactional type of interactions to the virtual agent, but keeping the relational communication with human agents. As an example, certain transactions like paying a bill online, very well suited to being self-serviced through a virtual assistant. But if a customer says, I'm not sure if I can pay my bill this month, or I have concerns about the cost, the value, etc., then that's a relational experience and requires human touch.
Yeah, absolutely. There's lots of things to consider there. I mean, what to all the business sort of owners and users watching today who are looking at potentially implementing AI into their either their video conferencing or their UC kind of setups. But what are your recommendations on that front before they go ahead and make that leap?
So, for starters, there's upfront analysis that's very beneficial around the appropriate usage and placement of a virtual assistant. Common repetitive tasks are very beneficial in terms of the transactional nature of those interactions being migrated into that environment, where relational interaction should remain with an empathetic human customer service agent. We recommend that start out of the gate that companies engage their employees and staff for recommendations on what to hand off or over to a bot. This improves buy-in and improves the nature of the implementation across the organization. Dipping your toe into the waters should be done with a small scale, focused implementation that can be layered or expanded over time. You can very easily layer technology. So a virtual assistant with analysis of customer behavior and patterns that works well together to provide a high quality customer experience across the website, the communication channels, and if necessary, with a customer service agent.
Great. Well, maybe you'd like to talk a little bit how New Era approaches this. What are you bringing to the table in terms of helping those customers deal with potentially some of those drawbacks and some of those key considerations you kind of talked about there.
Absolutely. So we like to begin with conducting an assessment of the business current state. So business operations, current business as usual. And that drives an understanding of the goals and the challenges for implementing a virtual agent. Once the assessment is complete, then we dig into the design and the development of the solution. And we always recommend or encourage for every implementation that we do the mindset that this is never going to be a once and done. There's going to be a constantly evolving process. So we'll do typically bite-sized chunks, initial implementation. You can pilot different types of virtual assistants and then use the analytics tools and the machine learning to evaluate the performance from a customer service experience as well as an agent experience, and then layer on additional knowledge chunks, self-service functions, or features with the applications.
Great. So, I mean, this is it's quite an important point, really. So, you don't deploy a virtual agent and you're done. This is a sort of an evolution, really. It's an evolving project that you need to carefully consider. Maybe you could talk a little bit more about, once you've done that deployment, how do you actually help those customers improve that virtual agent experience and really get to, I guess, the panacea, that final end stage where that's really working well and providing that excellent customer experience.
One of the important tools that we work with is the transcription of customer interactions with the virtual agents as well as with the customer service agents. Deploying machine learning to review all of those interactions and communication allows you to very quickly see common areas of service that are not being met, and there are automated ways to implement and add knowledge bundles, knowledge pods, and additional self-service features. In addition to that, we always consider the multiple ways that we can communicate with customers today through chat, through voice, through analysis of what the customer is purchasing or reviewing on on your particular website or across different media channels. All of that information can be consolidated and used to continuously improve the virtual assistants for your customers.
Fantastic. So there's so many ways customers can use this technology and of course improve it over time. Andrea, I think that is all we've got time for, unfortunately. But I'd like to say thank you so much for joining me and sharing some of your insights.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time today.
And thank you for watching. You've been watching me, David Dungay, on UC Today. If you liked today's conversation, please give us a like and a share on social media. That's it from me. See you next time.